Hey, what's going on, guys? Panrelics here. And sorry for the lack of uploads lately. I've been really, really busy. So today I have another story time. And this one actually takes place in third grade. And so in third grade, you're like 8 or 9 years old, right? And so my friend Peter, we're just going to give him that name. He probably is watching this video, so it's going to be fun. Um, Peter was actually, sorry, Peter won't be watching this video. It's Frank. Frank's the antagonist in this story. Feels like I'm writing a book, antagonist. So Peter and Frank. Frank was like, I was closer with than I was with Peter. But the thing with Peter is, like, he was just, like, a cool kid to talk to sometimes. Like, the difference between them is, like, Peter and Frank were both obviously immature because it's third grade, right? But the thing is with Frank is he would always ask people how large their house was, which whenever I was with him, it made me feel super uncomfortable. And then he would he would be like, "Oh, can I come over?" Because like if they said it was big, he'd be like, "Oh, can I come over?" And then when they said no, they're like, "Ha, you're lying." And so I knew he was like not that great of a kid. And Frank found my channel. Well, I told him that I did YouTube like a year or two later, or like 2 years later, that I had a channel with like 2 subscribers, and he subbed, and then he like texted me a while back, and I just said what's up. But that's beside the point, Frank. And so this was like a normal school day, and our lunch every day at school was 11 o'clock, which was so early for at the time. Now I have lunch at like 11 every day, like it feels normal, but I don't know, it just was so early back then. And so I was sitting with like two of my like other friends, just talking about who knows what, probably like Beyblades or some shit. Um, and I noticed Peter and Frank were sitting together, and I kid you not, I was like, I think in my head at this time I was like, oh wow, I didn't know they liked each other, because like Frank used to always like get tired of listening to Peter, because Peter just talked and talked and talked, and Frank must have been in a pissy mood, because I usually sat next to him and talked to him about like video games and that stuff. And when I realized he wasn't sitting with me, I was like, "This is that's good. He's making new friends. Maybe he won't sit with me in the future. Maybe I can sit with other people," because I kind of felt obligated to sometimes. And and then within like 5 minutes, Peter comes over with a look of fucking tears in his eyes, and fear, tears and fear. Like he was like crying a little bit, or like he had tears. He was on the bridge of crying. Yeah, and he looked horrified. And I said, "Yo," or I didn't say yo. I said, "Are you good, man?" And he said, "I don't know what to do." I said, "What?" Because it was so random. He said, "Frank just threatened to pull a knife from his bag and stab me." I was like, "What the fuck?" I obviously didn't say that, but I was so shocked. I was like, And I hate to say that I was the snitch here, but I was like, you can't that's like a serious threat. You got to tell the teacher. And he's like, "Man, I don't know. Maybe he'll do it if I actually get him in trouble. And what if like he actually has it in his bag?" I was like, "Man, you got to do it. Like it doesn't matter." And so Frank decides to, stay where he is and just kind of stare at me, stare at us, Peter and I, which is really weird. And I basically, 10 minutes later, he comes back. He said, "I told the teacher everything that Frank's going to the principal." I was like, "Oh, good." Like, as much as I didn't want him to have to go to the principal, like, you can't threaten someone with a knife. You just fucking can't. And, and so, basically, he got suspended for, like, a week. And I remember when he came back, like, he would not talk. But what I actually found out, like, saw a few years, like 2 years ago, when I was talking to my mom about like him and like people at my old school and such, is he actually had a pocket knife in his bag too. So like, if he actually was that mad, he in theory could have actually stabbed him, which is crazy. And like, I'm sure his parents probably got really mad or at him, of course, and he got in trouble as he should. I mean, I know in school he got in trouble, but who knows at home. But Yeah, I just wanted to tell this quick little story time, and once again, sorry for the lack of uploads, and yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And the moral of the story is, if you're in danger, tell someone, because, that could save your life, and also don't threaten people with a knife. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and Penrelics, signing off. Peace.